live on YouTube. Make sure you guys, if you're having problems with TikTok, I'm there. Okay? Here we go. Ready, ground again. Crazy thing tonight. It is what it is, guys. I'm gonna restart my TikTok, okay? So I'm gonna go out and come right back in, okay? YouTube's freezing. Everything is freezing tonight, guys. It is Thanksgiving. Everybody is online. I am the only one in my house. So, yeah. All right. I am going to be right back here on TikTok. Oh, Lord, y'all. This is crazy tonight. Thank you guys for coming over here. Let's see if we can get this back up on TikTok. Maybe, maybe not. I think I broke TikTok, y'all. We broke TikTok. Here we go. We're just gonna do it. There you go. I'm trying to get where I can see. There we go. I wanted to see the comments here, okay? Alright. Let's ground again. Let's just ground again. Yeah? Because this is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Deep breath. is beating you up. We're going to get rid of some of the shit that you're carrying. I want you to lower your shoulders just a little bit, guys, okay? As you guys, it's freezing on TikTok. If you go out, restart your apps, I promise it will help. YouTube is working great. Just saying. I fucked myself. Now my TikTok is acting up. Everybody's breaking TikTok. those of you guys that are having problems on TikTok, I am streaming live on YouTube. We're gonna go fast. Woo! I hit the TikTok. I'm knocking everything over. Okay, I need an adult. Just knock so much over. It is what it is, yeah? Deep breath. Those of you guys that watched me before, you know exactly what's coming. So let me fix y'all while you take a breath. Ready? Yeah? Really ready? So here's the part where I say, no matter which platform you're on, TikTok or YouTube, whatever it is you're wanting to release, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want you guys to watch it go off the screen. Anyway, let it go. Those of you guys on TikTok, I am streaming live on YouTube. It seems to be doing a lot better tonight. guys are having problems with TikTok, I am streaming live on YouTube. We ready? I'm actually gonna take my shoes off for this. I'm already burning up. You guys on TikTok can see how red my hands are. Maybe I am breaking TikTok. Ready? Deep breath. I want to see what you're letting go of. So if you guys are here for any length of time, you want to make sure that you drink water. Okay, I'm gonna drink a little water. My hands are on fire. If you guys are having problems on TikTok, make sure you go watch me on YouTube, okay? Because now that we did all that, I want you to take a deep breath for a minute. Put some energy back in, okay? We're gonna work on this side first. Ready? So, with this next part, we're going to shift slightly. I want to know what it is you guys want to bring in. What is it you're manifesting? What is it that you need to replace what you just let go of it? Okay? Those of you guys curious about the music, on my link tree on YouTube and TikTok, the very top is the link to this. This is from Viking Music Official. This is kind of my favorite one. I use it pretty much every Sunday and Thursday. So, TikTok. If you have a problem, if it starts lagging again, knock on wood, I am streaming live on YouTube. Speak of the devil, there's the little red dot. And the old gods love you, my friends. Guys, I don't allow hate. I don't allow anything at all. Anything like that. You will get muted or blocked. Just saying. This is a safe space. Thank you. Period. It's a safe space. You are you here, and I refuse to allow anybody on TikTok or YouTube to fuck with that. I am always and will always be a safe space for everyone. Okay? See what it is you're manifesting. I want you to watch it go into oblivion, just like what you're letting go of. I want you to tell the universe specifically what it is you want. Remember, the universe is that wonderful genie that will fuck you over, so be specific. Here's where I tell you guys this. This next year, this holiday season, tomorrow, tonight, I want to gift you guys my manifestation technique. Ready? It's really simple, but you have to do it. Simple is simple, but it still doesn't work if you don't do it. Ready? You say this to yourself. Some of you already know what I'm going to say. I am the prize. My friend, you are the prize. I'm so sorry that other people's shitty standards have made you feel less than. I am so sorry that other people's shitty outlooks on themselves have made you feel like you are not enough. Because guess what? You are exactly enough. Every single moment you have, you are exactly perfect. All you have is this moment right now. The past is never going to be around again. The future will technically always be the future. You can plan for it, but don't live just for the future. I love your soul. I see you. I see the ripples you make. I see the light. I see all of the struggles that you've been through. I see all of the things you've survived. fantastic you are and how you don't give yourself the credit you deserve are the prize. You are the prize. Okay? Remember a while ago when I knocked things over? Well, I'm about to have to find something to keep this from leaking on me. It is what it is. All right.
Urisas, Urus, Raido, Solo, Naudis, Chivas, Raido, Isa, Urisas, Urus, Raido, Solo, Naudis, Chivas, Raido, Isa.
think it's everybody breaking the internet, guys, not just me. All right. So, we've done all the things. I have actually been going for about an hour back and forth. I know that it's only about 40 minutes on YouTube there, but with this last part, guys, I'm actually going to turn the sound down slightly if I can not spill things again, because I have a huge mess right here. All right. So one of the things I want you guys to know, maybe my computer is jacked up too. I can't even get it off. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. One of the things I want you guys to know, I do this every Thursday. I do this every Sunday. I'm here. I'm on here every Tuesday reading for the Zodiacs. Hell, I may start throwing a Reiki session in after that. I'm here. I never want you to feel alone, okay? Every time I raise my hands, the red dot comes on. You are the prize, my friend. I love you. Fuck all those people that make you feel like less than. I see how fantastic you are. I want you guys to just take a deep breath for a minute. So, every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm on TikTok, 8:30 Central. I will start being on YouTube at 8:30 Central as well, because this is ridiculous. I'm so sorry to hear that a lot of you guys are sick. I'm so sorry to hear that a lot of you guys don't have family that make you feel wanted, that make you feel loved. So I want you to know I will always be your family. I will always be your family. Always. Never ever feel like you don't have anyone. You have me. You have my mom. You have everybody at my shop. We are all here. We are all your family. You guys see me out and about, I'm happy to give you a hug. Okay? Whether it's in town, whether it's at a convention, whether it's an event, whatever it is. You are the prize. You are the prize. You are fucking fantastic exactly how you are. Okay? Now, let's see if I can actually get this off of full screen. Oh my god, it worked. Maybe I just needed to make sure you guys knew that you're fucking fantastic, that you're the prize. I just needed to let you know that. Yeah? Well, TikTok is sure being a fuck bag this evening. So, I guess I will still be doing my reads on YouTube and here. Yeah. Before I can do that, though, I happen to spill Sprite all over my desk. I hit the camera, and then I hit my Sprite can. So, before I lay cards down here, let me clean this up. And I will be, well, I'll be right back. Y'all can see my serial killer leggings. But I will turn the music back on for you if you'd like. Thank you, love. Thank you. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Sometimes I need an adult. A lot of times I need an adult. This is what it is. Sass can tell you. Sass can tell you that sometimes I need a fucking adult. In fact, that's kind of become my favorite thing to say lately is I need an adult. So, are we ready for the ugly light? Yeah. I was not ready for that. But I gotta be able to see my cards. Yeah? Yeah. So I already have a little bit of a list this evening. I know you guys are probably like, what? But I need to get through my list because tomorrow is Black Friday. I will be at the shop. Hopefully the internet will work better. So for those of you guys that don't know, oh, did y'all see my leggings? I got them at one of the oddities conventions. I will post, so if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, please make sure that you do, because I will post pictures of these. They are so soft and they're utterly fantastic. I got the guy's information at Oddities and I will post it. I told him, I was like, these are fantastic and everybody's gonna want to know where I got them. So, all right. Let me get my list pulled up here. You guys just need to know some shit. I got you, okay? That's all we're doing. We're just knowing the things and the stuff tonight. That's all we're doing. Yeah? I just gotta move you over. Chakra spinning, I haven't done that in a while, have I? I'll do it Sunday. Deal? Deal? I'll see you Sunday. I'll spin the chakras. Yeah. I think that sounds perfect. All right. So let me get over here to my list. All right. Let's see here. Here we go. So, I have Miss Kathy Mazel first. You ready, Kathy? So I have Kathy, Laura Gallardi, Christine Carver, Kim Harrell, and Rosie Mondragon. Those are my first. Okay? You didn't hear your name. Don't freak out just yet, okay? I only grabbed 2 decks. For those of you guys that have been missing Norse card reads, I'll be doing them Saturday for you. Ooh, okay, Kathy. You got weird shit falling over. Guys, come join me tomorrow on live. I'll be at the shop. We'll be going through some things and some stuff, enjoying it. Okay. I have my deck upside down. No wonder they were everywhere. I'm gonna redraw your cards, Kathy. I have my whole deck upside down. So I was like, what the fuck? That's so weird. That'd be why. Can't hold the deck, right? I said deck, guys. I said deck. All right. Thank you guys for hanging in there, bearing with me. I hope that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have some videos that I've still got to get out from my travels this year. I am on Patreon. Okay, that's funny. So when I flipped these over, 2 of the cards, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I paid attention to what cards they were. 2 of them popped back up here. Makes me happy. All right, Miss Kathy. So you start off with Teachability. Then you have Dragon's Horde, Protecting the Future. And then you have Clarity and Organization. So What's funny, it goes 2, 1, 2, 1. This right here tells me that you're in the process of learning something new. But what's funny is it's not just something new for you, it's something new as far as protecting your future, protecting your kids, protecting your family, protecting the things that you are building up, the things that you're going to leave behind. The problem with this is there is something. Okay, let me say it this way instead. This right here, what it is you need to learn, for some reason it's almost like it's being held back. Like, it's right there, it's obvious, it's very simple, but at the same time you feel like it should be harder. So you're overlooking the simple solution because things are usually hard. And I understand that. I do the same thing. I'm like, it can never be that simple. It usually is that simple. Whatever this is that you're trying to learn, it is that simple. Okay? You're overcomplicating things. So you kind of need to just sit down for a minute and get to the bare bones of the problem. Okay? Now, this card here in the middle, this tells me that this is about your kiddos. This is about the future, what you're leaving behind, okay? I would recommend literally sitting down and making a list of the simple aspects of the problem. Just the simple, teeny tiny aspects of the problem, the bare bones of it. Because I think that once you see the bare bones of it, this is going to kind of hit you right in the face. Right in the face. And here's the thing. Don't feel bad when it does, because part of you is going to be like, I knew this. I saw this. Why did I not think of this? Because our brains lately have been trained to make everything overcomplicated. So please, please don't stress yourself out about it, okay? There's a very simple solution to what's going on right now. All you got to do is get down to the bare bones of it. Does that make sense, Miss Kathy? I don't know if you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok watching, so I hope that made sense. All right, Miss Laura Gallardi. Are you ready, Miss Laura? So for those of you guys that are paying attention to the screen there, or maybe you're not, you can book private appointment to learn. I do still have classes. My classes are all video now. I have to re-video some of them because I don't like the way they look. Ever the perfectionist Capricorn. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Anyway, Miss Laura Gallardi, are you ready? So you had 2 and 2 come out. So, okay. I was going to say at first this is 2 different things, but it's not. What it is, it's funny, 2, 4, 2, 4. What it is this has to happen so this can happen. So this over here is what you're wanting. This is what you're manifesting, like the thing you want that you need right now. So what these 2 are is what has to happen before that. So first you have connectivity, and then you have surrender. So here's the thing. You're really connected, more so than you realize, okay? And I'm not talking spiritually. This is network. This is the people around you. This is family, friends, coworkers, just people you know. You're actually way more connected than you realize you are, Miss Laura. I have a feeling that you're a little like me, because seeing this card right here and seeing this connectivity and seeing these other 2 cards tells me that you have a problem asking for help. You have a problem when people say, hey, if you ever need anything, I'm here. If you ever need this or this, just give me a call. You have a problem giving the call. You have a problem saying, hey, remember then you said if I need anything? Like, you're literally, you have all of these things sitting there and you're not utilizing them. You're going to have to let go of that stubbornness and utilize what connections you have. Utilize the network you have. When you utilize that resourcefulness, all those opportunities you're looking for, like this was so blatant, it was so funny. All the opportunities you're looking for are literally going to fall into place. But you have to learn to utilize your resources. But to do that, you literally have to get rid of this need to do everything yourself. This need to not utilize all the connections you have. You and I are a lot alike. You and I are a lot alike. There's my first yawn. So as y'all counting, that was number 1. What's funny is, like I said, this goes 2-4, 2-4. If this happens, this will happen. If this happens, this will happen. Thank you, love. So, Miss Laura, utilize the connections you have. Stop holding yourself back and ask for help with them, okay? Because once you do, you're going to see the resources you have at your disposal are almost overwhelming. And in them being overwhelming, it's literally going to drop all of these opportunities in your lap. I find it really funny that when I stopped doing Reiki, I've not had a problem on TikTok now. Not had a problem. Gotta love it. All right, Miss Christine Carver, you ready? I love me some liquid death water. Oh my God. Explain the counting the yawns. So when I'm reading, I usually forget to breathe. Ooh. And I have to yawn. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that. A lot. So it gets to be a joke of counting the yawns. No prize, no drinking game. No drinking game. Unless you're drinking water. If you watched any of my Reiki session, y'all make sure you drink water, okay? You're welcome. Christine, you start off words with the benefactor card, which is grace and generosity. Then you have connectivity. This is the one that flipped over in the deck when I was, yeah. Then you have dances on one foot, which is a balancing act. So this one here goes 3, 3, 9. You have two things that are being multiplied right now. And if you can connect the two together, that's where that comes in. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 is absolute perfect balance. 9 is a very intense special number. So you have grace and generosity, and you have connectivity. You have this overwhelming need lately to be generous. This overwhelming need to handle things more gracefully than you would have in the past. You have this overwhelming need to help other people right now. Don't overdo this, okay? I understand exactly what you're feeling right here. I go through phases like this where I almost hurt myself by being too generous. There is a fine balance. There's a fine line here. So make sure that you're not overdoing it, okay? Because I have a feeling that that's it's starting to be something that you think about way too much. Act on it, yes. but don't overdo it, okay? The other aspect here is this connectivity card. Whereas with the grace and generosity, it's almost too much. The connectivity, it's like doing this, you know what I mean? As the grace and generosity gets too much, the connectivity is like this. They need to be balanced. They need to be balanced. What's funny is I don't think I would ever have to say to you to not be selfish, because I don't think you have a selfish bone in your body. And I think that's why the grace and generosity is overwhelming. So, the connectivity. Why do you make me yawn twice, Christine? The connectivity. I think that, honey, you need to quiet your brain. You need to quiet your brain. It's overthinking all of these things that you wish you could do, that you need to do, that you want to do. And a lot of it, 99% of it involves helping other people, doing things for other people. You need to learn to weed out what you don't need to do, what you can't physically do. Because I have a feeling that you're worried about things that are never going to get done because they're not your responsibility and they're physically impossible for you to actually do. You've got to learn to knock them out of your brain, because in knocking them out of your brain and in calming your brain down a little bit, it's going to help you tremendously as far as your connectivity. When your brain's quiet, your connectivity can be as loud as it needs to be. This is something that you're going to have to really, really learn. The fact that it's coming up right now and the fact that this end card is the balancing act tells me that this is something really, really important for you. Hard and important. Hard because, like I said, I don't think you have a selfish bone in your body. You're a very awesome, giving person. This is really tough for you. Like, I wish that I could say, okay, all you got to do is just like, done. This is how you do it. But I can't. Because I do the same thing and I understand. You're dying for this connectivity. You're dying for your spiritual self to just be on point. But your brain is, your crown chakra is overworking and your third eye is underworking. So what I'd recommend would be to listen to, either while you sleep or while you're working tomorrow or whatever, listen to some of the meditations on YouTube. Oh, I got robbed. I almost had a full yawn. Oh, that's shit. Listen to some of the meditations on YouTube that help to realign your crown chakra. It's working overtime. It's working way overtime, Miss Christine. So once you can get those two into balance, that connectivity will be much, much better. So I have a feeling, this feels like there's like this huge decision coming up and you are afraid to even think one way or the other. You're afraid to even attempt to make this decision because your intuition, your connectivity is like off. So it's almost like, I've got to get this done. So, yeah. Good. I'm glad that makes sense. And I'm glad that you understood. I'm glad you understood that. That's why I was like, okay. Let me say it this way. All right, Miss Kim Harrell, are you ready? Harrell or Har? Harrell. I'm going to say it the wrong way. Thank you, love. I'm refreshing my list and it is taking forever. I shouldn't have touched it. What is up with the internet? I can't do this today. It's been decent all day. All right, Miss Kim, you ready? Yeah, I know. That's what was cracking me up. I was like, and now that I'm not doing Reiki, my internet's fine. Maybe it is me. Maybe I broke it. Maybe I broke it. It's been known to happen. Miss Andrea, did you see your video on YouTube? I didn't know how to tag you on YouTube. It's way too long for TikTok. Yeah, it was a little intense today. Maybe I don't need to take naps anymore. I got like a 30-minute power nap in earlier. All right. Yay, I'm glad you saw it, Andrea. So Andrea sent me, I love me some Rammstein, and I did not get to go to their concert this year because of my travel schedule. And I'm a little upset, mad, angry at that. But it is what it is. So Miss Andrea was so sweet to go to the concert for me. She went and had a great time, and she sent me a shirt, and it just made my whole day. And so I can't wait to wear it. So Miss Laura Crone also sent me a box of some fantastic things that she made, and I put that on there. So yes. All right. We ready, Miss Kim? Okay. So you also start off with grace and generosity. And next you have the treasures hidden in the shadows. These last two cards came out on top of each other. So the first one is refusal of the call, but the second one is underneath is rising above the fray. So this is going to sound weird when I say this, but when we get to the end, you'll understand why I'm saying it this way, or why I'm starting off this way. The universe has been overly generous with some things for you right now. And I know when I said that, you went, it literally has not. It literally has not. It has. It's just been in a very weird way. This way. This is the Will of the Wisp card, and it's treasures hidden in the shadows. The universe has been almost overly blessing you with things, with shit, with, yes, all the things. But they're wrapped up. It's almost like they wrapped them in really shit wrapping paper, and so you don't even want to look at them because the wrap paper is so shit. They wrapped them up. The universe has wrapped these things up in wrapping paper that's disguising it as crap you don't want to deal with, etc. So therefore, you've been refusing to look at them. You've been refusing to open them, to even pay attention, etc. But the thing is, you've got to rise above some of the things going on, some of the drama, some of the bullshit, some of the wrapping paper that the universe is putting these things into. I know everybody hates to hear everything happens for a reason, but it does. There are no coincidences. There is no accident. There's no accidents. And I know some people, I love saying that, and then some people say, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? These are horrible things. Why is this happening for a reason? Sometimes shit happens because we were holding on to that idea, that thing way too hard. So something gets yanked away from us that was ours. Like we were going to hold on to it forever. Something gets yanked away from us because it wasn't ours. So a lot of times we fight and we hold on to things that are not meant for us, that are not ours. That's kind of what's going on. I think that there are some things going wrong in certain areas that you never expected them to go wrong. But the thing is, it's just because those things are no longer yours. It's no longer your path. It's no longer your person. It's no longer, that situation is not yours anymore. Once you kind of step out of the situation and see all around it, see it for the whole, you're going to realize why those things are actually really good. So what I'd recommend is start with a small situation going on around you right now. And take a step back and look at it from the outside. Look at it very logically. Take yourself literally out of the equation. If you were talking, if this was, say it's two people, if you're this person over here, take yourself out of it. If this was two people randomly on the street and you were hearing both sides of the story at the same time, logically, what would you do? Sometimes it's easier just to walk the fuck away. So, yeah. Guys, a lot of times treasures are wrapped up in wrapping paper that we don't want. So, that's what's going on right now, Kim. You have all kinds of cool shit at your disposal, but it's wrapped up in shit wrapping. Like I said, the universe is an asshole, man. The universe is an asshole. All right, Miss Rosie Mondragon, you ready? Walking away is easy. Yeah. I mean, I've learned that walking away as a Capricorn can be kind of easy. I beat myself up over it later, but walking away is sometimes the easiest thing to do. This card keeps popping up. Okay. You guys, sometimes you have to protect your inner peace. And sometimes that means letting go of everything. It means letting go of everything not meant for us. So I see some of you guys asking about the new site. So tomorrow, the new site rolls out at noon Central Time. I cannot wait for y'all to see it. I can't wait for y'all to see it. I've been working hard on it. It's fantastic. I will be adding new products throughout the weekend, okay? If you are not members of my site, I sent out a massive Black Friday email with some coupons in them. My mods have the codes here, so those of you guys that got the coupons already, then you kind of had dibs there. But there will be a couple of things that will release at noon tomorrow that y'all are getting the special dibs on. There's only 20 of each, okay? These are practitioners kits. These are big boxed sets of ingredients of herbs, etc., bones, dirts. There's a beginners and there's an advanced. Like I said, there's only 20. They will go on sale at noon, and that's it. I'm not making any more, okay? Because they take a while to make. So, if you guys would like one, I suggest you are there right at noon when I put them on the site, and yeah. As far as the new site goes, you don't have to make a new account. If you guys are already registered on the site, you don't have to make a new account, okay? I got you. All right. Rosie, you have in the hand, the universe is your partner. Then you have spiritual narcolepsy. Then you have benefactor, grace and generosity. So, yours is interesting. You're kind of getting tattled on a little bit. You are in a spot right now where you're looking back going, man, I don't know what's going on. Literally everything was going my way and all of a sudden it just stopped. It just stopped. It's like you had everything on this amazing roll and everything was just tumbling into place. And then nothing. So you're like, why was everything going my way? Why was it like the universe was giving me all the things I was manifesting? And then it stopped. There's something spiritually that you stopped doing. I don't know if it's that you got too busy, if the universe gave you too much to do and you just couldn't. I don't know. There are some spiritual practices that you have stopped doing. Oh, there it is. Knew it was coming. There are some spiritual practices that you have stopped doing. Now, do I mean go buy all this stuff and set up this brand new? No, I don't mean that. A lot of the times, guys, when we stop doing something, it's usually something for ourselves, to ground ourselves, to make ourselves more spiritually connected. I know when I don't meditate, when I don't travel, when I don't do those things, it affects me. It affects me. That's what I'm talking about. You've got to start reaching back for yourself again. There's part of you that's left back here. And you've got to start reaching back and pulling that part of you back up to where you are now, where your physical part is. I knew that was coming, son of a bitch. You've got to reach back and pull that up. When you do, the universe is going to start heaping things back on you again. What's funny is this, it goes 3, 1, 3. The universe is going to start heaping stuff back on you again. All you've got to do is get back to your spiritual practices. Reach back and pull your spiritual self up here with you. She's hanging out back there. She's not following direction very well. She needs an adult to come get her, Kim. Rosie, excuse me, Rosie. You need to grab yourself and yank her on up here to where you are. She's just wandering around back there. She's about to go to Lost and Found Counter. I'm just kidding, but not. The universe is just waiting for you to catch up with you, Rosie. Once that happens, all the blessings are going to fall back into place. Okay? You just lost sight of you. That's all. So, that makes sense, love? All right. Lisa Tubner. Is that right? Tubner. Thank you, love. I hope you're good too. The shop will be open tomorrow for Black Friday and for Small Business Saturday. If you guys would like to come in and see us. If you guys just need to come in and hang out, get a hug. Come on. Come on with your bad selves. All right? Okay. Wow. Okay. So, Lisa, and the Cult Jam. Here we go. You have moving out of stagnation, which is upside down. Then you have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. And then you have spiritual narcolepsy at the end here. So, something has you stopped in your tracks. Just stop dead in your tracks. You felt like you were making progression. You felt like you were moving forward, and all of a sudden everything screeched to a halt. Now yours is interesting because this choices and their consequences right here. It tells me that as you are moving forward, you are going so fast that you are making some choices without thinking about what the consequences were. Some of these are physical, some of these are spiritual. The majority of them, well, I would say half and half. I would say half and half. Because then it's the number on the card is 20. I mean, that's a good even half and half number. I'd say half and half. Plus there are 2 swords here, 2 bugs, etc. You moved forward without really weighing all of the consequences. So when you did that, you put some other things into motion. So as you were rushing along this path, you put other things into motion that are like way over here. So the universe is kind of like, whoa. Stop the tram. I don't know. One car's over here, one car. What the fuck? So the universe has kind of put the brakes on all of it until you pick one path or the other. And I have a feeling the universe has been showing you all these signs that you've got to pick one path or the other. You've got to be on this track or you've got to be on this track. There's no in between. You can't plow forward because you just can't. So you need to stop and go back to, I know that you know exactly when this halt happened, when this freeze happened. You know exactly when it happened. Go back to the time right before that. Look at what decision you made last. And I want you to think about it. Don't just instantly, oh, this is it. I want you to really think about it. Because in thinking about it and in going back to the decision that was made last, you're going to see exactly why the brakes were put on, because you're splitting too hard. You can only ride both paths for just a little bit. So you need to go back and look at that decision, that last decision. It will show you where the path stopped, and it will help you see which way you need to go moving forward. Okay? I'm hungry, sorry. Goldfish are fantastic. All right. Jeff Harris. Where are you at, love? Are you here, Jeff? If so, I want to talk to you. Oh, hi, love. I don't see Jeff pop up, so he must not be here. I don't see him on YouTube either. Well, Jeff, when you come back to listen to this, I finally found where the majority of the babies you sent me go in my house. There's a couple that are still, I'm not quite sure where they go yet, but the majority of them, yeah. All right. Ready? Jeff, you have the Herald of Change. I love this card. This is like such a cool card. Then you have Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. And then you have Opportunity. You have a huge shift coming up. I have a feeling that you feel it, that you've already, I think you already feel it weighing down on you. It's a good change. It's a good change. And I think you know it's a good change. But the thing is, that Transmuting Pain card right there, it tells me that there is something you have to let go of that's going to be harder than hell to let go of. Harder than you realize. But with letting go of it, the opportunity that presents itself after you release this back into the wild, the opportunity that presents itself is utterly fantastic. Is utterly fantastic. So, what sucks about this is that this change is coming and you can't pause it. This change is coming and you're not going to have time to think about it. You're going to have to start letting go of this now. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend doing it. When I see that card right there, you're already seeing all the signs. It's already happening. And I actually know you see the opportunity on the other end. I don't think you see the scope of the opportunity, but I think you see the opportunity. So, I almost spit a goldfish. Sorry. Sorry. I hope that helps, Jeff. I wish I could give you some better advice on how to let this go. But it's not for me to tell you. I do love this, though. See the colors of the cards? Like this one goes to this, and then this one is completely different. I don't even think you understand how fantastic this opportunity is going to be. I don't think you understand. All right, Miss Felicia Dawn, you ready? If you guys are on my list tonight and you need to go, or you've missed yours, or you just want to go back and listen to it again, I am streaming on YouTube still. So yeah. All right. Let me see if it'll let me. Weird. All right. I think my list is sold out for the evening. All right. Felicia Dawn, Tia Flores, Amanda Navarro, Katie, Cinda, Melanie, Andres. I'm sure I said that wrong for some reason. And Haley. That's not my whole list, guys, okay? All right. All right, Miss Felicia, you ready? You have the Divine Feminine. Then you have a bold step forward. And then you have clarity and organization. Yeah. Miss Felicia. Miss Felicia. Girl, you're kind of coming into your own power. Getting in touch with the Divine Feminine is an interesting thing that happens to everybody. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are, male or female. What does it matter? Getting in touch with your Divine Feminine is a massive power boost. I have a feeling that you've already felt this growing and getting bigger and bigger and stronger, deeper and deeper. And as you feel this, here's what's interesting. As you feel this connection to the Divine Feminine, when you start walking a more spiritual pagan path, spiritual or pagan, whichever one, or both, you start getting connected to this. Your looks start to change. Your looks start to change. You start to look younger. You start to look more mature at the same time. You start to look better. It's weird. It's hard to explain. You start to look different. Miss Felicia, this is starting to happen. You're fixing to take a massive step forward. You have no idea the rocket that's fixing to take off. So here's the thing about this. This is where this card comes in right here. Before this bold step forward happens, before you take off and rocket, you need to clean house a little bit. And by clean house, I mean, it could be that you actually need to clean your house. But by clean house, unfortunately, I have a feeling that some of this means that there is a person or two that need to be let go of. Because when we start to get connected to our divine self, divine feminine and divine masculine, and we start taking this big step forward, there are people that have been in our life up to now that we have to let go of for two reasons. One, that person is holding you back on your path. Good or bad, that person is holding you back on your path. And when I say good or bad, I don't mean holding you back in a good way. I mean, they don't have bad intentions in doing it. And two, that person is not meant to go forward on your path with you anymore. Okay? So you're going to have to let a few things go and kind of tidy house a little bit so you can take this massive step forward. And I know that you already feel it, and I know that you know this step forward is coming. I think that it's got you a little panicky right now. Excited panicky, not bad panicky. So I hope that helps, Miss Felicia. And I know it sucks to have to let things go. Yeah. I know it sucks. All right, Miss Tia, you ready? Hey, love, how are you? So for those of you guys that are waiting on reads from me, if it's not a video read, I'm going to try to do it tomorrow or Saturday while I am on live, meaning it will be done from the shop, and I will let you know when and where it is, because I know there's a few of you that I have on a list that I'm trying to get through. This week kind of kicked my ass a little bit, and I didn't even do any family anything. I did not do any family anything. My kids were gone. Like, I worked all day. Hung out with a friend and worked. Well, really, I worked. They hung out. All right. Are you ready, Miss Tia? Yeah? Yeah? So I have Tia, Amanda Navarro. You're next, honey. So, Tia, you start off with the empty well. Then you have transmuting pain. And then you have overwhelm and plenty. And the temperature must have just dropped outside because suddenly it's cold as shit in here and my heater's on. I don't get it. So I'm like, okay. Tia. Honey, I want to say I'm sorry. Because normally I would just say, oh, the empty well, it means you're doing too much. You're not taking enough time for you, etc. But I don't think that's quite the case with yours. You are holding on to something. You are holding on to something and it's causing you so much residual pain that it's comfortable. You've been doing it so long that it's comfortable. And you've been doing it so long that even the thought of letting go of that pain makes you panic a little bit. That's like your comfort blankie at this point. You've always got it. You have to let it go, because you're making this your whole self. See how dark these two cards are? And then see the difference in this one? You have to let this go. You have to let this go. Here's the thing. This card right here is good and bad in one. And starting to let this go, because I don't think that this is like, let it go. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Just make the decision, it's gone. It's not like that. You have to start letting it go in pieces. For two reasons. One, because sometimes we can't move the whole boulder. We have to chip away at it until it's just a little piece and we can just fling it. Sometimes you have to not be okay for a little while you're letting go of the thing. That was weird. Okay. Sorry. So up on the top of my computer, which is right here behind my two screens, there's like a camera, right? So I can see kind of my reflection in that. Well, there was like really bright. That's why I started doing this, because I was like, did I catch my earrings? Like, I'm even trying to get my earrings to shine on the thing, and it's not. I don't know what that was. And the lights go on. Because that was weird. Like, there's nothing right there that would have made that light. Okay. All right. Kind of pissing me off. Anyway. Don't fuck with me now. So, in letting this go, you've got to chip away at it. Otherwise, if you just let it all go, yeah, that'd be great. But you're going to be really cold because you just let go of your security blanket. The other part is there's all of this other stuff that's ready to rush in. And it's been bad for so long. You've had this trauma for so long that if it were gone and all this good rushed in, it would overwhelm you. And I think that you would probably freak out a little bit. So you've got to kind of let the exchange happen slowly. Okay? Just let it happen slowly. It will help, I promise. So everybody that's telling you just let go of it, just let go of it. Just let go of it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Miss Keisha. I don't know if I'll be able to get to yours tonight, love, but I've got yours. I'm gonna video for you. You're on my list. Sass has me a list of everybody I've got to catch up on. I busted through a bunch of them this week, but I still have a few of them. Okay. I haven't forgotten about you, girl. I promise. I promise. I have a whole bunch of y'all I gotta get to. I may just do it tomorrow when I'm on live. Send you a message like, hey, it's on YouTube at this time. All the lists. They're getting smaller. They're getting smaller. They're getting smaller. All right. So, Miss Amanda Navarro. Are you ready, Miss Amanda? So, I have Amanda, Katie, Cinda, Melanie, Andres, Haley, Phoenix, Pamela, Marie, Jacqueline, and Tiffany. And let me not screw up my list. Okay, cool. All right. So, hey, just send me a message, Keisha, okay? Just send me a message. So, Andrea. Okay, I was like, I'm saying that wrong. I got you, Andrea. I got you. See, I'm cold enough now. I kicked off my shoes during Reiki, and now my feet are cold. My serial killer leggings are awesome. I love them. I just want you guys to know that I love them. Okay. All right. I digress. So, Miss Amanda, are you ready? Hey, Lakota, how are you? So, you have movement toward adventure. And I want you to notice this is the only blue card I'm going to hold up. Okay? Then you have the power of community and the divine matrix. And notice that these two are the same color. What's funny is this one is 50 and this one is 26, so almost half. Blue is also half of green. Are we supposed to have more storms tonight? Like, I'm kind of done with the nasty, coldy storm weather. Like, I'm kind of done. All right. So, Amanda. Girl, you are in the river. You are in some turmoil. You just in it. Now, turmoil is not always a bad thing, guys. Turmoil sometimes is just the universe tumbling us down the rapids, and we're just like, oh, okay, this is what's happening right now. Okay, I'm just gonna ride along. That's kind of where you're at. Like, I'm just gonna ride along. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know it's overwhelming, and I know that it is kicking your ass right now, but it's a good thing because it's going to show you where your soul tribe is. It's going to show you the people that are always on your side. It's going to show you your community, your spiritual home. I'm a little jealous. And when that happens, it plugs you into the divine matrix. Really hardcore. Here's the problem with that. When you get plugged into the divine matrix really hardcore, you start to see all the glitches. You start to see all the issues. You start to see all of the weird, random fucking things that you're like, I don't want to see that. Take it back. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you're in there, you can't undo it. I think this is something that you've probably asked for a while. And I don't think you realize that the universe has heard you and said, okay, here we go. It's almost like this right here is me being able to give you a little bit of a cheat. Like, let you know it's coming. That yes, you're getting your soul tribe you asked for. Yes, you're getting plugged in and connected, but it's not what you think it is. It is and it's not. I don't know how to explain it. And I was just reminded of a weird dream I had last night, and now I've got to reach out to somebody. So, Miss Amanda, just know that you are in this rolling, crazy, rapid turmoil for a reason. Just say, okay, this is what we're doing right now. All right, okay, this is what we're doing. And just roll with it. Just let it be what it is. The universe is putting you where you need to be. Okay? I promise. I promise. All right, Miss Katie, you ready? Woo, okay. Shit. Yeah, when you guys start seeing glitches, it really fucks you up. Really fucks you up for a little bit. Okay, all right. I'm not doing that many, man. All right, Miss Katie. Got you. Okay. So this one fell out down my leg, and if you guys have never watched me read, I've been reading professionally since 2014. I've been reading longer than that, but professionally since 2014. This is sideways. I pay attention when things are sideways. There's my... Oh, number 5. I pay attention when they're whopper jawed, etc. I pay attention to how they fall out. So this one is sideways. So this is the Netcaster, and this is plans coming to fruition. Thank you for the gift, love. It's sideways. It starts off your line. Then you have Gathering Round, the Power of Community. And then you have these two cards that came out together, okay? So the first one that came out is the Herald of Change, and then you have Intentionality. This one always reminds me of the Eye of Sauron from fucking Lord of the Rings. I don't know why, but it does. It's not like that. Like, I don't know. Anyway. You have a whole bunch of things that you've been planning. You've been putting into place. You've been... I think you've really been working hardcore toward these goals. And it's like the closer you get to a goal, the harder it becomes. It's almost like you have to claw and scrape for every last little teeny tiny millimeter getting to towards the end of this goal. Whereas at first you were making leaps and bounds, and now it's like fucking just clawing along. It's in a pause. It's literally in a pause right now. I want to talk about these two cards, and then I want to talk about this community, okay? Because the community is really important, and by community, I mean your friends. I mean those people that are around you, those people that you have found, those people that have come into your life. Sometimes, guys, friends and people that have come into our life, they're not always people that we know. I can go to your house. I can just call you. Sometimes they're people you come across on social media. Sometimes they're videos or movies or shows you've come across that speak to you in here. Okay? Community is not always physical people right next to you. Let's talk about this. Part of what has to happen, and part of what has your plans in a pause, sideways, is because you know that there's a change that has to be made. And I have a feeling you've kind of been waiting for the universe to make this change for you. The problem is the universe is waiting on you. Hey, Daphne Pooh. How are you, sugar? The universe is waiting on you. You have to make this change intentionally. Like, you have to put in the effort, you have to make the change, and you have to let everything shift. You have to make everything shift. And I have this sinking feeling that this change is something that you've known about, maybe in the back of your mind, the back of your gut, whatever, for a while. What, Daphne? You can't just say, hey, guess what? And then not say what. What? I know it's hard to type all that fast sometimes, but. So, Amanda, let the change. Actually, Katie, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. You have to make the change intentionally. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. All right, Miss Cinda, you ready? Good thing about being his aunt is you can send it home. Thank you, love. Hey, Miss Cinda, how are you, sweet pea? You're welcome, Miss Katie. Did that make sense? And I'm sorry I called you Amanda. My list is like jumping. I don't know why it's doing the thing it's doing. Like right now, it's just jumped down to Andrea. Like, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. Thank you, love. All right, Miss Cinda. You start off with the beloved, which is radical acceptance. The last one. Then you have gathering around, which is the power of community. And then you have the vanishing mirror, which is ego going bye-bye. Letting go of ego. So, Miss Cinda. You're headed, actually, I don't think you're headed. I don't think you're completely there yet, but I don't think that I think you're probably halfway down the path. Thank you, Miss Daphne Pooh. I think you're halfway down the path. There's a new way that you're suddenly looking at yourself. And it's not just, oh yeah, I did do that or whatever. It's not just something tiny. This is a huge thing. This is a radical shift in how you see yourself. And I think you're in the middle of it. I think that how you saw yourself a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago is drop in the bucket to how you're going to see yourself in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. I don't think you're going to recognize yourself now. With that, you have some people that have really started being there for you more than you ever would have thought they would be. Not only more than you ever would have thought they would be, but I think you've had some people that have exited. So you have some people that have completely been circling the wagons and helping you out, and you have some people that have ridden off into whatever sunset they thought it was. This is something that has to happen. I have a feeling you've been questioning this really hardcore right now. Like, you said you're always going to be my friend. You said you're always going to be here. Why are you leaving? And I have a feeling that it's kind of hurt your ego a little bit. It's kind of hurt your pride a little bit. And it's just hurt your heart a little bit. Because when we have someone that's a friend, especially a good friend, and suddenly they just vacate, vomos, and don't look back, fucking hurts. Fucking hurts. And I have a feeling that's where you've been lately. My hair was tickling my hand. I'm cold, but my hair was tickling my hand. It does hurt your trust. 6. I know that. Hardcore. My trust is broken right now. This has to happen. Because this radical acceptance that you're on, you have to let go of a lot of this. I know it says ego sublimation, but sometimes people that we hang around, thank you, love. Sometimes people that we hang around become part of our ego. And when we lose them, it really hurts. Because we start thinking, was I not good enough? It has to happen because for this radical acceptance to happen, all these walls that you've put up from having these people in your life, are going to keep that acceptance. They're going to, not the acceptance, they're going to keep this change, this shift, this, acceptance from happening. They were literally holding you back on your path. Now that you've let go of them, now that they've let go, you can move forward towards this. Like I said, I think even in just a month, you're not going to recognize yourself. Much less in 6 months. Guys, when you hit this massive spiritual awakening aspect of yourself, and it will happen a few times, but the first time you really notice it, people will exit your life. You will get rid of people. Things will disappear. You will get rid of things. Like, you just shift and shift and shift and pivot and shift and shift until when you look back, even 2-3 weeks later, you look back and you're like, man, the fuck was I thinking? What was I like? And then when you come out the other side and you're done with all these shifts and this massive exit from your life, mass exodus from your life, and you start to rebuild with this radical acceptance, you're going to look back in a year or 2 years and go, holy fuck, how was I ever around this person, dating this person, working for this person? Why was I ever doing this? Thank you, Rogue One. I'm serious. You will look around and go, the fuck was I thinking? Why was I ever thinking this was good for me? You're in the middle of that right now. You're in the middle of letting go of the things that are holding you back. Yeah. That was weird. I know y'all saw that on YouTube. It didn't come across TikTok, but I know you saw it on YouTube. So as I'm looking up, and I was looking at Cinda's comments right there, like on YouTube, I saw it, and the cameras are literally, I don't know what the fuck's going on tonight, but I'm kind of done with it. But this like big old thing goes right across the screen like that on YouTube, but not here. I'm done. I'm just done. Done. So I'm sure those of you guys on YouTube probably saw it. All right, Miss Melanie Queen. Ready, Miss Melanie? Okay. I'm gonna draw one more. Thank you, Time Lord. I appreciate that. I hope you had an amazing turkey day as well, sweet pea. All right. Son of a bitch. I drew an extra card because I was like, okay, I kind of need a little clarification on that. Did not give me clarification, which means I guess I'm not the one to give you the answer to this. I can give you this, but not the answer. I don't know. Maybe this is the answer. I don't know. But I hate when that happens. So, here you go, Miss Melanie. You start off with the Divine Matrix. And Lucky Yawn number 7. Then you have Needing Direction. And underneath that is Obstacles. This is the wall. So I drew another card because I was like, okay, so tell me what obstacles there are. Like, help me, help her, help her, help her. Yeah. Look at this. Choices and consequences. Well, son of a fuck. All right, then. It's vague, but not vague. Let me say it that way. Vague, but not vague. Of course a cat loves turkey. So, girl, you are completely caught up in the Divine Matrix right now. You're completely caught up in it. In other words, all the glitches, all the slowdowns, all the shutdowns, all the rockets forward, all the suddenly waking up on a different planet. Thank you, Miss Cinda. All the things, all the good and all the bad, and there's no little bitty tiny in between. So not only do you feel like you're kind of wandering around in the darkness, like with no nighttime goggles, you keep hitting the wall. You keep hitting all these obstacles. So you're like that, you know, the little toys that we used to have as kids, or I don't know, they probably still have them, where you turn them on and they hit the wall, the little car, RC cars, and they just flip over and they go the other way, hit the wall, flip over, go the other way. Or like, you know, the Roombas where they just hit the wall, they just keep going over. That's literally what you're doing. It's like you're in the dark and you just keep hitting the wall. Oh, okay, I'll go this way. Hit the wall. Oh, okay. Okay, let me go this way. Hit the wall. Like that's what's going on. And the universe has got you doing this on purpose. On purpose. Part of it on purpose is because, okay, I understand now. Now I feel dumb. Because when I drew this card, it says choices and their consequences. That was number 8, by the way. I was like, son of a bitch. It's not for me to tell you. It is for me to tell you. It's actually pretty clear now. And now, like I said, now I feel stupid. You're bumping into all these walls, all these obstacles, because the universe needs you to make certain choices. There are some things that your soul came here to do, and you've got to make the choices. So the universe is actually giving you some cheats here. So when you go one way and you hit the wall and you have to go another way, and you're like, well, fuck, I don't know why I hit the wall there. Like everything was going as planned. Because it's not the path you're supposed to be on. But the universe needed you to kind of experience that a little bit. It needed you to make a decision to go for it, to hit the wall and go back. I know it's a weird way of doing things. The universe is not, I never said the universe was easy. But the universe is putting these obstacles in your way on purpose to help you. It's almost like bumpers. When you go bowling and you get the bumpers, the granny bumpers up, that's literally what the universe is doing right now. So every obstacle you hit is because it's a bumper. You need to go the other way. The universe is literally keeping you from being in the gutter, from hitting a gutter ball. I actually think that's pretty groovy. I think that's pretty groovy. So, yeah. I would say tested is probably pretty close to it. Not just tested, but it's things that you have to experience. You have to experience. And I have a feeling your soul probably had a massive checklist to go through this time around. So everything that's going on, all these obstacles, all these walls you're hitting, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. For a good reason. So if you wanted confirmation that yes, you're hitting all of these obstacles, that the universe is putting them in your way, there you go. There you go. There's your confirmation. There's your confirmation. You have a lot of things that your soul is checking off right now. A lot. Just letting you know. All right, Miss Andrea Norris, are you ready? So I have Andrea, Haley, Phoenix, Pamela, Marie, Jacqueline, and Tiffany. And then I am going to take my happy butt to bed so I can get up and finish some things and be at the shop early in the morning. Yeah. You absolutely will make it out in an amazing, amazing way. I think even better than you realize. Even better than you could ever realize. All right, gal. You have overflow, which is overwhelm and plenty. Then you have rest and renewal. And then you have the herald of change. So, interesting. Right now, the universe has you just completely overwhelmed. Not only completely overwhelmed, but it's heaping all this stuff on you in a massive way. Good. I think everything that's heaping on you is good, even if you don't see it that way. Holy fuck. Number 9. That was number 9. I have been breathing. I probably just need to go to bed. But
I want you to know this is not a forever thing. And I know you already know that, but the thing is, when I say not a forever thing, I mean like it's fixing to just abruptly stop. And when it abruptly stops, that's when this time of rest or renewal comes in. And when I say abruptly stops, I mean probably like within the next week or so, 2 weeks at the most. You have to make sure that you take the time to rest and recharge. Because you're probably going to be waiting on whatever's coming next. Like, oh, great, okay, this is weird and it's quiet, so when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like, I know that's how I am. When's the other shoe gonna drop? Because you get so used to being overwhelmed, you get so used to the shit, you get so used to the universe being like, here's all the things, that when you don't have all the things hitting you, you're like, you kind of get shell shock a little bit. You're gonna have to look at this rest period as this is another thing the universe is throwing at you, and you just have to make it through it. But you have to do the thing, because at the end of this rest and renewal period, there is such a humongous change, pivot, not just I would say almost fucking 180. It's a huge change. It's a huge pivot. And you're going to need all your strength to make this pivot. You're going to need all your strength. So you're going to have to be completely rested up in your soul to make this shift. But the thing is, like, I want you to notice the colors. So they go from, like, you know, the greens. There's a little bit. This is a pretty decent card. You know what I mean? It's not super dark. But then it goes to purples and yellows. And then it goes to that. That's not dark. To me, this is excitement building up. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see this change as a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. I don't see this change as a bad way in any way, shape, or form. I think it's fantastic, actually. You're just going to need all your rest before it hits you. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, Miss Haley, you ready? Thank you, love. If you guys, good, I'm glad that makes sense. If you guys are on my mailing list and you didn't pay attention that you got a special little email from me earlier, you might go look at it. You might go look at it. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Go look at it. All right. Ready, Miss Haley? So you have the Divine Matrix. Then you have Sacred Contract. Then you have Confidence in Your Magic. All right, Miss Haley. All the things, all the things. When I see the Sacred Contract pop up, it tells me that you chose, your soul chose this life, this path, all the things going on in your life, good and bad and indifferent right now for a reason. You have a sacred contract that you are currently, having a hot flash, that you are currently in the middle of dealing with. You are currently in the middle of either fulfilling or negating this contract that you made. Congratulations. I know it sucks. Fulfilling a contract is never something easy. Usually it involves a really awesome, deep hurt or something like that. But, yeah, you're in the middle of fulfilling a contract. So you have all of these things falling into place just perfectly for this to happen. This can be something as simple as you're 5 minutes late getting home from work, and so you get in an argument with your significant other or your mom or whoever. You're 5 minutes late to work, so you get in trouble at work. You have to stay later, so you miss going home. So you missed something happening on the way home. You see what I'm saying? Like the universe is putting every little thing into place so you can fulfill this. Now, what I find truly interesting is this. Girl, I have a feeling that part of the reason that you're starting to really walk a spiritual path is because A, it's something your soul needs you to do. It's something your soul always does, and you need to embrace it. You need to understand how amazing you are with it. This is something you were born to do, literally. You were born to do it, literally. I'm just saying. All the spiritual shit going on around you right now is for a reason, honey. You're the reason. Be confident in your gut. Be confident in your powers. Be confident in your gifts. Be confident in where you're going. Okay? Even if you're not inwardly, be confident outwardly. Okay? Because it's exactly why you came here. It's exactly why you came here. Don't let anybody hold you back anymore. Okay? All right. Thank you, love. Miss Phoenix, are you ready? Or Mr. Phoenix, excuse me. Phoenix Sun. Woo! Nope. It's okay, Deb. It was kind of weird. I broke TikTok. All right. Okay. All right, Phoenix, you ready? You have the Eye of the Needle, which is intentionality. Then you have Dust Devil, which is moving out of stagnation. And then you have the Magician's Sword, I shit you not, confidence in your magic. So, yours is actually pretty easy to read. Going forward right now. You have a whole bunch of things that are fixing to pop up. Decisions you have to make, things you have to do, things you don't have to do, things you have to let go of, new things you have to take on. You have a whole bunch of things popping up. You need to make a deliberate, intentional decision with each one of them. No wishy-washy things. Make a decision. There is no take-backs. Knew that was coming. Number 10. You have to make an intentional decision. You've been in a place where things have been kind of stagnant. And it's almost like the harder you try to get out of the stagnation, the worse the muck got. So it's almost like quicksand. The harder you struggled, the quicker you sunk. So you have to start making decisions intentionally, because I have a feeling this tells me that you've been making decisions and then kind of going back on them a little bit. To get out of this stagnation, to get out of this bullshit, you have to start making these intentional decisions. Period. You don't have confidence in yourself right now to make these decisions. You're not going to have confidence in yourself or confidence in your magic after you get out of this stagnation. You're not giving yourself enough credit for the personal power you have, Phoenix. The other thing I noticed about these cards is they're all very warm earth tones. They're all very warm earth tones. You need to get back to being grounded in who you are. I have a feeling with making decisions and going back on them, you've kind of lost touch with who you are. So, get back in touch with who you are. Ground yourself again and trust in your own magic. Be confident. 11. All right. Pamela Sanchez, you ready? I have Pamela Sanchez, Marie Johnson, Jacqueline, and Tiffany. All right. Ready? You had 2 and 2 come out, so let's see if these are 2 different things or... Okay. So yours are 2 different things. So we're going to do one quick and the other quick, you know what I mean? So, because they both, I have a feeling they're both affecting you really deeply right now. So over here, you have movement toward adventure, and then you have straddling between worlds. This one makes me kind of giggle a little bit because this tells me that, well, let me refresh my list, guys. Oh no, what did I just do? Shit. There we go. This right here tells me that you have an interesting gift that's kind of been unlocked a little bit recently. I would say that this is probably one that has you either seeing or hearing things. And I think sometimes you're not even quite sure. I think sometimes you're not even quite sure what's going on. Oh, I see what happened. I was like, why do I have more tickets? Because, there we go. I guess people had them in their cart and then didn't pay for them. So, okay. All right. So, you have an interesting gift that, I got you, Juliana. You have an interesting gift that's popped up. It probably has you feeling a little crazy. And I'm going to let you know you're not crazy. I mean, everybody's a little crazy, but you're not crazy. Okay? It's popped up. It's popped up for a reason. The other side over here, you have opportunity and transmuting pain. This right here is kind of a twofold thing. I mean, it's obvious you have some pain you have to let go of for blah, blah, blah. But this gift you have popping up, nobody's here. Nobody's here. Anyway. So, I don't know if y'all's dogs have been freaking out the last few days. This is a constant occurrence in my house. Starting to drive me up. So, part of the reason that these gifts are popping up, yeah, they're definitely being some insane things. They were all, Zeus is still sitting on the bed like, do I go in there? Like, oh, bark, bark. You don't really care, do you? You don't really care, do you, Zeus? He's just staring at me now. I'll even go look, or I have doorbell cameras, things like that. Yeah, nothing's there. Nothing's there. Yeah, the animals have all been acting real weird. Okay, so this gift has been popping up because, my friend, you're supposed to use it to help other people transmute some of their own pain. This is the number 4, and this is 22. So this is literally 2 2s or 4. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, boys. Did you tell whatever that was who's boss? You're supposed to use this gift to help other people. So here's what I'm going to say. When a gift first starts to pop up, it can be really hard to understand, to use it, to figure out how to use it to help other people, when to use it to help other people. Just from my personal experience with my own gifts and with helping other people, the universe will let you know exactly when you need to use it. Your gut, your spirit guides, They will all let you know exactly when you need to use it. So I would just say to make sure that you trust that gift. If you're getting visions, if you're seeing things, whatever it is, start writing them down. Start writing them down. Email them to yourself. That's what I do, is email them to myself. That way there's a time and a date stamp, because I'm always worried, well, somebody could say you just wrote that in the book. I'm that person. If you email them to yourself, you have a time and a date stamp. So when you go back, you can see where you were right. It'll also help to boost your confidence, which will help that gift get stronger and stronger. You have this gift popping up because there are a lot of people in your path that you need to help going forward. That will be in your path that you need to help going forward. Okay? Does that make sense, love? Sometimes we aren't quite sure why things are popping up in our path. That's one. All right, Miss Marie Johnson, you ready? That's a lot of weird cards. So for those of you guys asking, this is Shaman's Dream Oracle, I think. I saw somebody was asking about which cards these were. Makes sense, good. I'm so glad. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I've had these cards for a couple years. I love them. Hey, Docky Poo, did you get it? Did you tell it who's boss? All right. So Miss Marie, you ready? You have grace and generosity. Then you have completion, closing the door. And then you have the Dust Devil, out of stagnation. So 113 is my lucky number, just saying. So, Miss Marie. Where the universe has shut that door, I know you know that there's an opportunity waiting around another door or whatever. There's still a crack in the door. You haven't shut the door completely. Some of it is that you need to shut the door. You need to set the boundary. There it is. I knew it was coming. You have to be nice to yourself. You have to be graceful to you. You have to be graceful to you. And shut the rest of that door. Having that door open means that everything is pouring through both ways, in and out. When we have too much stuff coming through, when we're giving too much of ourselves, it ends up sticking us in one place. When we're putting too much stuff through the door, we can't get through the door. When we're allowing too much in, we can't get through the door. When the door is closed, it allows us to reserve our resources, our energy, and to breathe a little bit, because we're not focused on pushing so much through. Closing a door sucks though, because we opened the door. So a lot of times we don't want to close the door because we opened it. Like, we did that, I did that, you did that, etc. You know what I mean? So you've got to close the door all the way. You can't move out of this stagnant spot until the door is completely shut. The boundary is completely set. And I have a feeling that you've left a little crack in the door a little bit, just because you're not, it's almost like you want to leave the back door unlocked so you can come back in if you need to. But the problem is, it's going to put you right back into stagnation. This aspect of your life is complete. It's done. It's over. Like, you've got to close the door. You've got to close the door. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Miss Marie. It's holding you back. It's holding you back bad. All right, Miss Jacqueline. Y'all hate it when a bracelet pinches a hair and you're like, ah. No, I cannot remake that noise. All right. Doc. Doc, doc. So, y'all might get to go on a journey with me here in a little bit. Docky. Okay, it was you. I was just making sure. Being a medium is not fun sometimes. Hi, buddy. I was just making sure that was you. You okay? Being a medium is not fun sometimes because you tend to attract things and sometimes I don't want to leave. Sometimes I don't want to leave. So I had footsteps in my house just a second ago. That's why I was like, y'all might get to come on a journey with me. We're going to go investigate some footsteps. And then I heard a weird noise. Both the dogs heard, but they didn't bark. So that's why I was hollering at Doc to make sure it was Doc. And so when he came in here, I was like, okay, that was you. Because he tends to burrow in my blankets. And there's 2 lumps. And so I'm like, I don't know if that's him or if he's up front. So yeah. Yeah. Sometimes being a medium isn't that fun. Because I'm like, look here, I don't have time for your shit tonight. Like, I'm going to finish these reads and then I'm going to go to bed. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. Keep your shit till tomorrow. Keep your shit till tomorrow. Or actually, just keep your shit till Monday when I'm off work. Keep your shit till Monday. Okay, I digress. Jacqueline. Ready, Miss Jacqueline? You start off with the Horned Cactus, which is resourcefulness. This card keeps fucking coming up. Then you have Grace and Generosity. And then you have Treasures Hidden in the Shadows. And I don't know if you noticed, but all of these are different colors. Bright green, reds and pinks and yellows, and then blue. Like, they're all different colors. Nothing matches. So, Miss Jacqueline. Woo! You just have this, like, turn this way, turn this way, turn this way, turn this way. Like you're being pulled every which way. Every which way. And the only thing I have a feeling keeping you afloat lately is because you are a resourceful person. You can pull some energy in places that you didn't realize you even have energy left or stored. You can pull things out of your butt like nobody's business. Okay, that sounded really bad. You can pull things off without, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Things pop up and suddenly you can just make things happen. It's like you can manifest this or manifest that or whatever. You're an amazingly resourceful person. What's funny is, I was going to say that you probably need to be a little more generous to the world around you, to people around you. But I don't think that's quite what this other card is saying right here. I don't think that it's you that needs to be more generous. I think that you already are. I think that you already do some of the things that you need to be doing. I said some for a reason because I'm going to advise a little caution here with being overly generous or going out on a limb too much for people. Because that Treasures Hidden in the Shadows card right there tells me that there's a lot of things that you hide, a lot of things that are going on that are not meant for other people around you to see, to hear, to know, to learn. So these times when you're wanting to be generous, when you're wanting to give information or give something cool that was yours as a gift or whatever, think about it. Really think about it. If there's any hesitation at all of you saying this, teaching this, giving this, whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. Especially toward the holidays coming up this next month or so, be very careful with what energy of yours and what things of yours you give away. I'm hoping that you aren't that person that has learned the hard way, like me, because all of these cards here together tell me it would be easy for you to overlook a lot of these amazing things because you've already given them away. So be very, very careful. Be very careful with what you give away over the next couple of weeks, especially. Whether it's energy, money, items, whatever. So, all right, Tiffany Merriman, and then I have Miss Juliana, and then I am going to go to bed. So, if you guys would like to get on my list for one of my next reads, I will have, well, I will be doing Norse card pulls on Saturday. I've missed my babies. I haven't read with them in a while. You're welcome, love. All right. Ready, Miss Tiffany? It kind of is interesting, some of the cards that tend to pop up. And it's not the same cards in every single evening. Just here and there, okay? So you have a tidy house, which is clarity and organization. Then you have intentionality, which is the eye of the needle. And then you have the dream thief, which is refusal of the call. So, Miss Tiffany, I'm going to say it this way. In cleaning up some things around yourself, around your ways of looking at things and so on, I have a feeling that you threw out too much and you're trying to get it back. Because sometimes when we simplify our life, when we move forward, when we clarify, when we organize, etc., we tend to throw shit away. We all throw shit away. Well, sometimes when you throw shit away spiritually or emotionally or whatever, you don't realize that you throw too much away. And then you swing the other way into this oblivious, not paying attention, cold person towards something that used to be something you really loved. You're going to have to be very intentional with how you go about getting these things back, regaining some of these. In giving these things away, it's like you have unintentionally paused your path. Something that you shifted, something that you gave away, something that you no longer use, do, was vital to your path going forward. And you gave it away, you stopped. So you're going to have to make sure that you intentionally pull these gifts, pull these spiritual ways of being back in. Because when you can pull them back in, do it intentionally, you're going to be putting yourself back on your path intentionally. Buddy, I can't handle you barking anymore. He has literally just been barking for no reason. Why are you even barking? Why are you even boofing? There's nothing to boof about. There's nothing to boof about. I love you. There's nothing to boof about. you've got to act very intentionally in getting some of these things back, Tiffany, honey, because you've literally told the universe you don't want to be on this path anymore. And the universe, like I said, the universe is that genie that will fuck you over every single time. So, in telling the universe you no longer want to be on this path, the universe is like, oh, okay. Let me just pause you till you figure out what you want. That's exactly what's happened. So, you're going to have to be very intentional with showing the universe you do want to be back on that path. Otherwise, you're not going to ever be back on that path. All right. Miss Juliana, you ready? So I am live every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I will start being live one day a weekend as well. I used to do that, and I got kind of away from it when getting the shop ready. And now y'all stuck with me again. All right. Ready, Miss Juliana, excuse me. Why did I say Julian? I'm literally looking right at your name. Miss Juliana. I see why you needed, I see why you got a ticket. So I was like, well, how did you get a ticket? I see why. So you have the cosmic womb, the divine matrix. Then you have beloved, which is radical acceptance. And then you have the netcaster, which is preparations come to fruition. You needed confirmation. You needed confirmation because you've been seeing all these signs. You've been feeling all the feels. You've been having all this stuff hit you. And you either were assuming that you were batshit crazy or you weren't sure that things were meant for you. So I'm going to say you're not batshit crazy. And yes, those things were meant for you. Something has shifted. Something has shifted around you because it's almost like you are walking parallel to your path. And then something literally, I mean, just shifted. It wasn't just a little tiny gradual shift. It was like you crashed into your path. I'm crashing into your path. You have really gained a radical acceptance of yourself and your soul and where you're going. I have a feeling that people around you don't understand why you're acting the way you're acting. In fact, they probably said those words right there to you. Why are you acting like this? Because you have finally started setting boundaries. You have finally started giving yourself the self-love and self-care and the self-boundaries that you need to move forward. So all those people that are saying, I don't understand why you're acting like this. I don't understand why you did that. You're not the same person I knew. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it was. Whatever it was. Just know you don't have to answer them back. You don't have to answer them back. Because kind of all they want to do is start drama anyway. You have goals and you have things to do. Because this end card right here is preparations come to fruition. This is like one of my favorite cards in the deck to see. Well, see right side up. What's funny is I think that you've been putting so many different things into place. You're not even sure what preparations, what nets you've been casting out there. You're about to start seeing the benefits of some of the things that you've been doing lately. Whether it's setting boundaries, whether it is due diligence, looking for a new job, whatever it is, you're about to see all of the nets come back full. I have a feeling there's going to be some nets that come back full that you're like, I don't even remember putting that feeler out there, but okay, I'll take it. Keep holding your head up, honey, and keep your chin up. Keep setting those boundaries and sticking to them. Because when you set them and stick to them, all those nets are going to come back full. Now, I'm not going to say you're about to get handed everything that you asked for, because that's not quite the case. But you're about to have a lot of things that you've been planning and trying to do for a long time that are going to waltz right up to you and plop themselves firmly in your lap. You're really connected. You're really, really connected right now, love. So you're not crazy. Does that make sense, Miss Juliana? So that is my last one for this evening. Those of you guys on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys off. I know there are 60 of you there, and I appreciate